Yo, what's good, duelists? Have another video for you today. So this time we're going over another OCG meta-analysis. This was posted recently, but I figured it is a good time to go over it. So we have Rescue Ace actually getting the #1 spot again, pretty much every time. I think, like, the more I've played Rescue Ace, the better it just seems. So if you really want a good deck, I think Rescue Ace is going to be probably one of the most played decks, or maybe not because it comes out so soon before. It's not like extra package. It's not like Ishizu's where everyone's already playing Tearlaments and it's just like, obvious to put in the Ishizu's in the tier 0 deck. It's like you have to actively choose to play Rescue Ace, or you already played Rescue Ace. So I'm not sure how many people will play it, but definitely a great deck. Purrely's still a really good deck. Tearlaments still a really good deck, with the Horus cards especially. Definitely a lot of good decks. I mean, even Flu or Cashdiro as shifter decks. Shifter is still going to be really powerful going in. But let's get into these OCG decks. So the first deck we have Rescue Ace. Now, every Rescue Ace deck I've actually looked at for the OCG analysis, besides one, play Rescue HQ. So they all play the field spell pretty much. I think this list is interesting because it's playing 3 Impulse, Fire Engine, and the Mini Graceful Charity one. And it has 3 Hydrant. I'm not like the hugest fan of Impulse just as a hand trap. It's sometimes niche too. It's good versus Purrely Noir. But I don't know. I'm not the hugest fan of Impulse right now. 3 Hydrant I think is actually really good. We see no Jet Synchron and we see no Infernoble level 1, so we see them gravitating. That might just be because of Maxi. However, I think Jet Synchron is kind of just alright. And then we have 3 Maxi, of course, and 3 Ash because we're in the OCG. 3 Emergency, the quick play spells, anything interesting. 2 Super Poly. So I think what most Tearlament decks in the OCG actually do is just end on a window. That's why we see this the Earth Shaddoll in here, because we're playing the Super Polys. Then we have Mudragon as well, and the Dark one. We have the new 2900 Attack XYZ. I'm thinking of making a video on this guy, but he pretty much is really good versus Baron. Any monster with 3000 attack, you can just summon him for free as long as your opponent summons 2 monsters from the extra deck. So that's really good. We have the one of Link Rebo because you need it, especially with SP Little Knight. Link Rebo gets way better, I would say. Just having that access to a Link for the first effect of SP. SP I think is mandatory 2 of at least, and possibly even a 3 of. IP I've also noticed maybe could be a 2 of now, but that's just with my testing. Obviously cards like Nightmare Phoenix are kind of cool with like Link Rebo because then you get to dig through your deck a little more with the draw. But SP is just so broken, just like having no cost to it, unlike a Unicorn or Nightmare Phoenix. And then we have the Tour Guide. It gets rid of any Towers-like card. 4 of your monsters, 1 of theirs. Fire Charmer I think is mandatory. Dark's mandatory. So access code's mandatory. I still think Sunlight Wolf is actually mandatory. There's definitely instances where I have to make that card, but he's not playing Heat Soul, so I don't know how mandatory it would be in this deck. But with the Ash Blossom, also he's not playing Baron, so he's probably not using his Ash Blossom as a normal summon to make Baron and then adding the Ash back with the Fire guy. So I don't know, but I think if you're playing 3 Impulse in the Impulse package, then Sunlight obviously gets a lot better. Then we have the 3 Nibiru on the side, which is actually not that common in the OCG. Like, our version of Maxi is pretty much just Nibiru in a way. That's how we stop all the spam, like go-to hard decks. And there's a lot of them right now. I've noticed a lot of people picking up Vanadium more, or even the Infernoble Fire deck. So although Nibiru, I've made those videos about Nibiru getting worse because of SP Little Knight, I still don't know because Nibiru versus like a deck like Dragon Link, there's just so many decks where it just like gets so much value and is insane. So it might just be at least a side of, and Droll as well, by those metrics. The one of Bestials because they're at 1. Thrust, I think Thrust is actually a really good card going into AGOV. Definitely with only 2 of Lightning Storm, and then the one of Feather Duster. He has the 2 Evenlies for it as well. We have the Reinforced, which just makes your guy unaffected by monster effects and gains 1500 attack and defense. Also really good about this card is it gets to reset a spell from your graveyard. So like how Emergency sets a trap, this one sets a spell. Definitely powerful. The one of Talents just for the thrust, Herald of the Abyss just for the thrust. So I think thrust actually is going to have a lot more application going into the next format. Anything cool about the Purrelys? We have nothing that cool. We have 3 Effect Veiler. Another thing I've noticed a lot is people playing like Moonlight Chill or Effect Veiler just to trigger their 1-for-1 Sinful Spoils because it has to be a face-up card. So a card like Imperm, you can't use your 1-for-1 on that. But I don't know how relevant that is. I mean, I'd rather play around Talents. Although Talents might not be that good going into next format. Obviously, it was one of those cards that was insane versus Kashtira. It might be a reason why you might not care about the Imperm or the monster effects, but I still think there could be some Purrely players like playing Talents. We have 12 hand traps, 1 Prosp, 2 Desires, which is crazy, but I guess you get to do that because you have Delicious. You probably just do it after your combo every time in the OCG. We're running the 1 of Zeus. Oh wow, Zeus is actually at 1 in the OCG. I didn't even know that. The 1 of New Zeus, kind of. That's what I've just been calling it. The SP, the Link Rebo, but no IP. Kind of interesting. We had the Princess Bright. Is he siding? Well, he's playing the Leerless card, but he's not siding the Heartbeast Trap. I don't know if that's banned in the OCG too, but you guys all know it with the Flu deck. So yeah, it just makes Zeus basically. That's why he's playing it. 2 Nibiru. Again, we're seeing Nibiru on the side in the OCG. Love to see it. 2 Ghost Bell, 1 Moonlight, 2 Droll, Talents, tons of stuff. I think Runic is actually popular in the OCG, so that's probably why we see. And you could use it versus not Kashtira for here, but you could use it versus Purrely as well to destroy their face-up cards. You could chain your Happy Memory, but as long as they do it on the activation, then you couldn't chain your Happy Memory because I think this trap card is once per chain link. It's pay 1,000 life points, destroy 1 face-up spell. It's a really good card. The last time I used this card was in Duel Links, so it's good versus Pendulums as well. We have the 3 summon limits because that's just Broken Floodgate. Red Reboot. Wish we had that card. Even though you don't really see it that much, which is interesting. We have the Tearlament deck, and what's so crazy about this deck, I don't even know how the hell you could justify this. This guy's playing 0 Maxi. We got Goki pull, but we don't got Maxi. Yeah, craziness. Well, we have the, they must have just got that too, because I think that was a TCG exclusive. I'm not too sure. 3 Danger Nezzy, 3 Danger Mothman. So we're just going with the Danger package. I mean, the OCG is crazy. They will just play Tearlaments forever. It seems like it is a really, really unique and powerful deck that's like never seen before. I mean, it's one of the best decks of all time. Anything cool about this? Just so many 1-ups. I love that all the 1-ups are right next to each other. We have the Shaddoll package. We have the Glow Bulb. They're lucky to have that card. So no Revolution Synchron, interestingly enough. 1 of each of the field spells just to search Tier Cache with this directly because there's no Fenrir in the deck. 2 Foolish Burial Goods, really good card. It's crazy that this card is at 2 over there. Card of Destruction, wild. Instant Fusion, broken. I guess you just summon. You probably just use it as fodder. You could either summon Winda to make Dragos Stapelia. I don't know if there's a way to protect your own Winda from destruction because that's one thing. There's a really cool combo I would do back in the day with branded. You would search branded opening with Albion during the end phase to protect your Winda that you summoned with Instant Fusion, and that was during like the Predaplant version where you searched Instant Fusion. 3 Danko Sekka, 3 Maxi, 2 because this extra deck if we had Chaos Ruler, everything would be different. I would think Jet Synchron is actually insane. I would be abusing the Sinful Spoils package, but there's really just no good level 8 Synchro to make for the Boral code or end or whatever, the Omni Negate, because then you have to make Link Rebo and you have to discard for Jet Synchron. It just sucks. Yeah, so that's they're lucky to have this level 8 guy. This guy's just so broken. I mean, good level 8 synchros, right? We have it's just barren. 3 Danko Sekka, 3 Maxi. Yeah, I already said this pretty much. 1 Exiton, Centurion. I don't even know if this deck is worth me going that deep into. I mean, some of their combos are insane. This deck is definitely going to be way better over here too. I've seen lists of like Centurion, Theron. They're obviously running the super heavy package. I mean, these cards are just so insane. And plus, I mean, if you watch my Magic Spectre combo video, you would see just like how hard these cards can go by themselves, even in the Vanquish Soul deck. I mean, you get a free scale out of it. Sometimes you get free 2 scales if you are synchroing. And then, yeah, we got the Cosmic. So we're running the Calamity. Basically just an FTK deck. So like we've seen with players gravitating towards Vanadium, this is the new and improved. And then we have 3 Nibiru on the side again. Yeah. Centurion, I don't know enough to like really go full in depth on it. I'm kind of waiting because I don't know if it'd be worth to make a combo video on this when it's just like I feel like no one's really paying attention to it yet. But I have seen some of the combos and they're insane. I was watching some OCG matches with Theron, Centurion. And then we have the Fire Kings. So this deck I actually think is going to be way better than I thought it would be. So definitely could be a cool budget series in the future, but this deck has some power, like it goes really plus. I mean, it has some really good 1 to 2 card combos, especially with the new continuous spell, like just being like kind of an interrupt with being able to overlay on your opponent's turn is just so broken. They're just maxing out on all the Fire Kings, 3 Ash. They really go hard with the 2 Diabellstar. One thing I've noticed too, when I play versus the Vanadium deck, one reason the new Diabellstar is so good is it's an inherent summon. So this card outs SP Little Knight by itself. Also, if they have an Apo with say like 3 counters, I've been in that interaction with Vanadium, you out the Apo by just summoning this. So that's insane. Maybe I'll show that video because I broke an insane board with just the Diabellstar. Anything cool to note? Yeah, I definitely I'm going to see this be ran in the future builds. The Orchist rank 8. So if you are planning on playing the new Fire King deck, I would definitely pick this up. The Fire King rank 8 is also insane. Pretty much, they still have Dagda. What are they? Oh yeah, they still have Dagda side Scythe, which is weird. You would put in the extra deck. Why not just side the Dagda and get another extra slot? But oh well. We have the 2 Sanctum in the side. I'd be siding 3 if I played on the OCG. 2 Nibiru. 2 evenly. We see 2 evenly as a theme a lot in these side decks. And then 3 Cosmics. Only 1 skill drain. Wow, they only get 1 skill drain. That's insane. 2 Ghost Ogre. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This deck went 502. Not bad. Or 5-2. No, how much is that? Alright. Concludes the OCG. I think I've been going on a lot of tangents in this video, so I'm sorry about that. But if you enjoy, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. And yeah.